And and yeah, because I know one of the final Volcano Manor tarnished hunts that you go on as a recusant is to hunt down his brother. And I want to make sure we don't do anything wrong with the report on that. Also, wow, did that take a long time for you to appear on my thing? Test. Oh no, that went pretty fast. Never mind. Anyway, welcome back to Elden Ring, and check it out. We scored ourselves some pretty nice duds last time. Look at this. The noble, was it Blood Noble set? Sanguine. That's right. Fancy words. Sanguine Noble robe, which didn't have arms, I don't think. How do Renala's arms look with it? They actually look pretty good. It's pretty nice. Almost matches. It's kind of uncanny, really. Hold on. Let's see what disappears. Oh, hey, thanks, Risk Circuit. Okay, so yeah. Huh. Let's put those back on. I'm gonna zoom in on this, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy. I'm seeing 4 crusties. No, these are Renala's wrists, right? Queen of Caria, Mother to Rani, Lady we fight with the amber egg and such, yes? And I'm wearing the Sanguine Noble set, and I'm trying to say, like, this wrist pattern here is very similar to what we're seeing on the Sanguine Lord's set. Where is it? Bam. Right? Or am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. It just matches real nice, I think. I don't think I'm seeing anything like symbolism wise or markings that are that similar. It just happens to be high quality gear, that's all. Let's correct my aspect ratio. Okay. Good. But anyway, the clothes aren't the point. Obviously, the children's mobile of the planets I have dangling from a stick are actually a bone finger. That's very important. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not too sure what this outfit does for us stat-wise. I think I'd prefer my old stuff. Oh, look, the blue hood just like goes under the thing. That's interesting. I kind of like that. I mean, it's a little bulky, but I mean, such is life for a sanguine lord, you know? And my blood runs ice cold. Dun dun dun. And now that my blood does run ice cold, we're going to go try to sort out the goings on in Volcano Manor. But before we go over there, Mr. Carrots is going to raid us. And we're going to say hello to Mr. Carrots, who, let me tell you, had a fucking incredible stream. Check out some stuff from Mr. Carrots. Thank you so much, pal. Mr. Carrots, follow him at don't follow him at your peril, is what I say. And the double shout out is warranted, because have you ever heard of Escape from Lavender Island? No, you haven't. Don't try to act like you're cool, like you're hip with the street. Papio, you aren't. You just aren't. You know, I was saying before that Mr. Carrots has become sort of an official backrooms entity in a tour guide sense, but he's become kind of a weird Cenobite with it as well. In that he has such weird video game sites to show you. So follow him, won't we? I know I did, and boy howdy, I ain't looked back. But yes, we are here in the Elden Ring. That game was serious, man. I don't know what kind of point it was trying to make, as in what side of the various social discussions it was trying to be on. But who, buddy? I'm glad you took us on that fever dream. But we gotta go see, Potentate Dialos down there in Jarburg. I feel enlightened. You should. You should. You're going through like a spirit journey through this world and through the weirdness of video games. I don't know if you're familiar with Retsupure, an old something awful thing on the Let's Play forums there by Slow Beef and Diabetes. But yeah, you're definitely in the spirit of that. I can tell you. They are who I discovered the town with no name from. So, what is wet bread? Oh, wet bread is what it is. What? Wait. Foul tidings afoot in Jarburg. Are you awake or are you just sleeping, buddy? Okay, whew, I thought maybe you're just sleeping. Hey, buddy, wake up.
They're wonderful, dears. So smooth, silky.
They all like his hands. That's weird. I didn't know they had a sleep cycle.
They're wonderful.
Well, let's go see what Dialos is doing. I didn't see this little one dancing when I went up, and I saw that one laying on its side, and I remembered this one was laying on its side, and I was like, oh no. Oh my god. Something terrible has happened? Hi guys. You don't mind if I take some flowers, do you? Dialos? Hey buddy.
A fool I may be, but I can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow. A fool I may be. Do you pity me?
No, I don't pity you, man. You're living like a life of peace with these jar people. That's cool. I hope you don't mind if I kill your brother. But first, we're gonna go to Volcano Manor. Fabulous Volcano Manor up in the inhospitable heights of Mount Gelmir. But yeah, if you know, Mr. Carrots and everybody, if you got a raid and fade, I can dig it. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate lots, Mr. Carrots. Take an ibuprofen or something. I know I probably should, because, you know, it was a lot of laughing. It's a lot of laughing I was doing. But welcome back to Volcano Manor, the fabulously appointed, very well lit, and currently occupied by Patches. Hi, Patches.
Hello again. Welcome to Patches Emporium.
It's me almost when I shave sometimes. Yeah, he doesn't really seem to have anything too special on him.
Cheers for that.
Oh, I didn't buy anything, but I'm glad you think so. But yeah, let's check out the halls just a little bit before we delve deeper into the place.
You're still alive, I see.
I sure am, Bernal. I'm gonna go potty. Why am I barefoot? It's part of this outfit. The legs are this waistcloth here. And, you know, I don't care. You know, she's got invincible feet. It's fine. And I believe...
If you follow this heroic path, one day the Lord will see
Okay.
you. It cannot come a day too soon.
Ooh, we can speak to her about Zoraya.
She said that to you. I should have known something was wrong. The signs were clear enough. Well, Zoraya has placed her trust in you. All the more reason I must tell you that some things are better left unknown. Besides, no one should be blamed for their heritage. Think about it. We are resisting the ways of the Erd Tree itself. What matters one's lineage in such a crisis?
Whoa, what's up, Galax? And fart, thanks for the fart, Faust. Okay, so let's talk about Volcano Manor a little bit. It's been a little bit since we've been here. I have it all in my head. Y'all probably don't necessarily have it in y'all's heads. But Volcano Manor is the manor of... it was a pretty good time. Can you please shout out Galax for me, though, Fausty? That would be a rock and roll of you. Welcome back, Galax. Volcano Manor is the manor of Lord Rykard, who is now currently known as, thank you, Faust, as the Lord of Blasphemy. And this is a portrait of him right here. This guy is a Crucible Knight. And we'll talk, if, we'll clarify what he is a little bit later as kind of an aside. This is Lord Rykard's mistress, Lady Tanith. And she is basically the de facto head of the household, since Rykard doesn't, seem to get around the front of the place too much. But she does all the wheelings and dealings with the Tarnished who come through here. And she said it right now that the Volcano Manor and Lord Rykard are in opposition to the Erd Tree. They would love nothing more than to see it burned down. They believe the Golden Order to be incorrect. They believe it is like evil by nature in the way that it exists on the basis of discriminating those who live in grace from those who do not, based on seemingly the Erd Tree's arbitrary measure. They disagree with the cycle of birth and Erd Tree burial, and so on and so forth. And Lord Rykard, to explain who he is actually the stepchild of Queen Marika by Elden Lord Radagon in his previous marriage with Queen Renala of Caria, who at the time was the master of the Academy of Reu Lucaria. The story goes is during the Golden Order's kind of unification wars situation was happening, not too long after the subdual of the fire giants on the mountaintop, and during the Age of Plenty, Radagon and a golden host came to do war with Liurnia, and they were repelled. But after, numerous stalemate battles or whatever, somehow Radagon and Renala fall in love, and their houses conjoin, that of the Erd Tree and that of the Full Moon, which is Queen Renala's whole thing. And while Radagon was married with Queen Renala, they had children. That is, Radon, Rykard, and Ronnie. And those three children all shared, similar characteristics with their father, Radagon, and their mother, Renala. Red hair from Radagon, magical potency from Renala, and at the time were not demigods yet. Follow along. Because at some point, Queen Marika, the god here in Landel, sends her Elden Lord Godfrey away. Away with you, Godfrey, you and the Tarnished. We don't need you no more. You're gonna go away. Don't worry, you'll be back one day. It's complicated. Sends him away. Recalls Radigan, or Radigan returns on his own. It's a little unclear. And Radigan becomes second Elden Lord, basically dumping Renala, making her crestfallen, and coming back to Liurnia. At that point, Radigan either was already basically a doppelganger of Marika, in which case the children were born demigods, or they became demigod status after their father became Elden Lord, which is a thing, you know, one of the things that can make you a demigod, I guess. Seems weird, right, that you can marry into demigod status? Go figure. But anyway, Rykard was one of these demigods, along with Rani, who is the lunar princess, who even people who haven't necessarily gotten too deep into the lore might be familiar with. And then Radon, the guy who rides the tiny horse and turns into a meteor at some point. He was one of their children too. Now, when the events of the Shattering took place, Godwyn the Golden gets whacked. Rani, one of Queen Renala's children, was actually one of the main masterminds of the plot, the Knight of the Black Knives, as it were, and managed to get Godwyn the Golden ganked, and at the same time, she ganks herself, and in doing so, they split the curse born of the death of the first demigod between two demigods. Godwyn dies in soul. His body becomes this weird undead thing that kind of lies around. And Rani dies in body. Her spirit cut loose, which she had apparently prepared for and attached to a doll, which is the form we are familiar with her looking like a snow witch. And, during the Shattering, each demigod received a shard of the Elden Ring, and they all kind of fought over them, and so on and so forth, with some exceptions. Rykard is probably the one who took the most direct antagonism to the forces of Landel, which at that point were taken over by Morgott, the Fell Omen, as he became known during this time. Shattering wars happening, the forces of Mount Gelmir rally against the Erd Tree. Rykard, preaching, for whatever reason, decided he didn't like the Erd Tree, and started, preaching the virtues of resisting it, that maybe we don't need to. We don't need to pay homage to the Erd Tree, the Golden Order's full of crap, whatever. Whatever Rykard's ultimate reasons are, he is dead set on destroying the Erd Tree, to the point that during the Shattering War, he marched upon a minor Erd Tree that was on the slopes of Mount Gelmir and razes it to the ground. There's only a big, not to the ground quite, but this picture depicts more tree there than there is even. It's more like cut off right here. And this was an outright declaration of war against Landel. They even marched a great host to Landel in what became known as the Second Defense of Landel. The first, I believe, was mounted by Radon. I'm not too certain on that one, though. But the whole crew of Gelmir comes rushing up to try to take Landel, who apparently had an active district at surface level here at that time. It's complicated. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, Galax. Anyway, I digress. Rykard, he's really, really dead set on destroying the Erd Tree. He's repelled in this fight, and decides that he's going to bide his time and invent a way to conquer the Golden Order and the forces of the Erd Tree. And he believes he's found this way in his communion with a great ancient serpent god that is living in the heart of the volcano here. He even discovers some sorceries through this serpent god, and using his skill as a sorcerer of Raya Lucaria, basically reestablishes the use of those spells, and he starts to study different ways of creating life. Because if you're going to oppose the Erd Tree, you better have a way of figuring out how to make life happen in its absence. Because, you know, the Erd Tree is by and large responsible for the cycle of birth and rebirth. Can't really say death for other reasons, but. And so he's researching all that stuff. He gets further and further into his communion with this serpent god, to the point of understanding that he can become one with it if he feeds itself to him, feeds himself to it, which he apparently has done. And in doing so, he really turned off a lot of his following. Most of his following was like, well, hey, we could oppose the Erd Tree fine, but you don't let yourself get eaten by a fell god like the serpent god under the mountain. We didn't know about all that. And so at this point, most of Gelmir's forces have fled, but at the same time, most of Landel's forces are, you know, just lethargically patrolling the streets of the capital and the plateau itself. Neither side in any state to conquer the other, nor is there really anybody around to care anymore. Morgott is intent on defending the Erd Tree, and so would not leave his city. And indeed, when we see him in Stormvale, that's not him, that's a projection of him he puts out there. And you can tell that when you kill it, it fades in a golden sparkle instead of the way bosses, when they're actually present when they die. And Rykard, after being consumed by the serpent, kind of gets the idea that, well, as this serpent demigod hybrid, I should continue to consume the powerful and even consume the gods, because that would be the only way to surmount their power, would be to consume them literally. And so that's the deal with Volcano Manor. Crazy, right? So earlier we explored this area, right? Well, let me tell you, and so, like, how did we get involved in Volcano Manor? Like, how are we able to walk in here and talk to their boss, Lady Tanith, and not be pummeled into smithereens by this large chappie? Well, we met Tanith's daughter, Raya. Her name was she said her name was at the time. A girl with an unusual stoop to her posture. Apparently she's out looking for brave Tarnished to come fight for the Volcano Manor in the brave rebellion against the Erd Tree, is how it's advertised. And she gets Tarnished to come here, and for the express purpose of hunting other Tarnished, who basically represent the Erd Tree's efforts to maintain the Golden Order and so forth. So they become known, the Tarnished who hunt Tarnished become known as the Recusants. And we've been acting as a Recusant, sure. You know, the way you do in video games, you try to play both sides, loose morals and whatnot, and the effort to experience the entire plot. And they set up sort of a contract dealy, you know. They give you an item, one of these here letters, and they're like, brave Tarnish, seek the Altus Plateau in the realm of the Erd Tree, prove yourself by making this journey, and the Volcano Manor will fully extend. Oh, that's the first one. Hold on, this one just says Old Knight Isvan. He can be found in Limgrave. There you go. And you go over there and you kill a Tarnished, you report to her, she's like, hey, good job, she gives you something. It's a faction sort of situation, video game speaking wise. And indeed, Dialos, the gentleman we jumped in on in Jarburg earlier, was once among the Recusants here, but decided it wasn't for him, so he bailed, and I guess discovered Jarburg on his own, and he has just the right hands for the job. Also, check it out. I mentioned Radon earlier. Rykard's brother. He has a portrait of his brother. And it's not even in any kind of small position either. It's like prominent in this sort of, kind of common room they let the recusants hang out in. So I take this as probably propaganda. There are many tarnished who might look up to Radon, perhaps, because he looks up to Godfrey. And so Lord Rykard might think that a tarnished might be more likely to follow Radon than him, so maybe we put Radon, my brother's picture, out here just to show that I'm cool with him, is what I think is going on. But anyway, Raya, the young girl who sent us here, Tanith's daughter, we found hanging out here. Talked to her a little bit. She's like, oh, hey, cool. And then later we come back, and she looks like a big snake person. We talk to her, and she's like, oh, I'm a snake person. You weren't supposed to see that. And then, by the way, I saw somebody who looked like me, like a snake person, go into this room and not come back out. And we come to find out that there's a secret passage here. So we might as well retrace these steps now. Especially since we're considerably stronger than we were last time we came through here. We got some snails back here. Kind of a dungeon situation, right? Complete with man cages. Get you some man cages. And, I don't know what the snails are necessarily doing here besides just kind of vibing, and I'm giving them a hard time by cruising through. But yeah. We can lead further down. This way it just kind of leads back to the side rooms, and there was some, like, items you can get and whatnot. But they already been got. This is going to be a good session. I'm going to enjoy this session, I think. Alright, this guy. I should probably, power of Grayskull this shit. The Bloodhound Knight. Interesting that a Bloodhound Knight would be here, because they bond for life, so to speak. Likely that he was probably the bonded knight to whoever this corpse was, seeing as how he was hanging out here. I can't recall the item that corpse had, though, so any context to be gleaned from that is now forever lost. But here we are now. What is this place called? The Prison Town Church. Prison Town, you say? And here is the the side of Volcano Manor operation that marketing isn't too concerned about. We just hide this back here behind the pretty front. The fact that, well, the town's kind of fallen into the lava, which seems to be eroding the surroundings, so on and so forth. And sure enough, serpent people. And so we see laid before us the handiwork of Lord Rykard in the aftermath of the shattering, after he became one with the serpent. After he became one with the serpent. Smoked them. Can I hit him with this? Nice. Go for it, kiddo.
Did Grandma ever text you?
Grandma? No. Was she supposed to?
I mean, no, I don't know if she's the texture or what it's called.
Oh, I hadn't asked her yet. You know, seeing as how you just got here, you know, yesterday.
Yeah, I can text her tomorrow and then maybe she'll pick us up the day after.
Yeah. Text her whenever you want, also. You know, nothing stopping you. The power of communications at your fingertips. Alright, now get out here. Don't just chug your water right here.
Have some gummies.
Just one.
Ah,
Damn in their candies. Alright, hurry up and get out of here. I'm trying to... No! That's stale. Get out of here, Ray. I do.
I do. The one
Hey, no respect. Tell you. But anyway, yes. Prison town, Volcano Manor. It's sinking into the lava, isn't it? By the looks of it. And we see the signs of depravity everywhere. A little bit more closely illustrated further down. Oh, come on. Alright, well. At least it evened out. Yeah, we way stronger than we were last time we came here. Check it out. There is an omen killer here. Besides there being some just people on the rooftops in addition to these large serpent men, we have us an omen killer standing in front of a pyre. Which makes me think he built the pyre, right? We see the bodies of, you know, commoners everywhere. And these might mostly be albinurics, too. Whoop. I'm a powerful wizard. You can't stop me. Alright. Ha ha ha. Oh, you still live, huh? Get another dose, doggo. Check it out, though. Here we have, I believe they're referred to as the Iron Virgins. These are a weapon of special design of the laboratory, Volcano Manor. Oh boy, you can't reach us from here, can you? Alright, well, let's take the opportunity to look at the insides, which apparently have snakes. Of course. Hey, I can't see you do your thing from here. Don't be shy. But these things are basically designed to rove the land and not only, you know, wreck the shit of anything that they get in their way, but they can also kidnap people. They have a very, very interesting design. You can see, like, they hold a small child. They have, like, some kind of meaty interior, even. And a hell of a mean streak. Did it fall? Where'd it go? I bet you it respawned up there somehow. What happened to it? Well, anyway, let's handle the omen killer. Oh, there it is. It did fall. I guess we can use the Comet of Haima. Oh, hold on. No, we can't. Now we can. Oops. Oh, shit. Aw, man. Oh man, that ruins the whole plot. God damn it. Oops. Oh wait, hold on. I can get back up. Never mind. Never mind. Here we go. Alright. Full charge comet, go! Oh shit! Oh. I fell. I wasn't supposed to fall. Normally I don't lose my footing like this. Thank you for the hydrate designation, V. How are you doing tonight? That was pretty funny. Alright, well the good news is I got absolutely nowhere. I was mostly just bibble babbling. Yeah. Oh, where are you going? There you go. Up high. Hey, that hit. I'm on a rampage. Alright, now we can do what I was about to do without falling, hopefully this time. Look, there's my runes, no problem. Ah, but you know what stinks? The Iron Virgin isn't down there. It's a funny thing to say out loud. Anyway, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Omen killer jerk. Alright, we can do it okay. Indeed. Thanks for shouting out, Bearwolf. How you doing, Bearwolf? Uh-oh, that didn't go the right way. That did. Oh, it's way over there. Where are you? There you go. Here it comes. Oh man, I'm aware of it, Bearwolf. I am, and I'm also avoiding it. I'm sold on the game, so I literally don't need to see anything about it. I'm at that state. I have caught some things, and suffice it to say, I'm extremely excited. But it's achieved enough said status to me for ages. Am I fighting robots? Kinda. Yeah. This is an Iron Virgin. It's a kidnapping device slash tank. And I seem to be messing with this one. What? Hey, awesome. It got stuck in a fall animation and couldn't land because it got stuck. And this game kills you after... No, don't take it down. Don't take it down. I can I can restrain myself to not click on things. And no, that's fine. I mean, one of the things about the Discord is sharing stuff exactly like that. But as far as talking about some specific details in that trailer, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Okay, here we can get a oh shit. There we go. We can get a closer look at the construction of these well, constructs. So we can see it is a creepy mother figure. It has a baby clutched in its arms. It's got a large bell-shaped chamber. And, you know, positions for putting weapons onto. They come in two types as far as I remember. There's, Hey, Kal-El! Holy smokes, thanks so much for the raid, pal. Let's get you the shout-out real fast. Yeah, they're creepy as hell. Yeah, they come in two varieties. One has the big pizza cutters like you saw, and others swing big guillotine blades around. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the follow, Silent Evil Cry. Saymato, how you been, pal? It's Saymato. Sometimes I see you when I go in there and lurk in Kal-El's. I'm like, hey, it's Saymato. But yeah, welcome in, gang. How the hell are you? I'm your casual internet acquaintance, Nectron00, and this is Elden Ring Lore Through, my second playthrough of the game, and we're digging into all the weeds we can dig. But if you got a raid and fade, I can dig it. Just thanks for supporting my good friend Kal-El, and thanks for coming through on the raid. But if you're into Elden Ring, I'm delving deep, and if you know anything about it, feel free to pop off. You good kind of fighting a headache? Hit that water. Hit that hydrate in the ibuprofen, or acetaminophen, or aspirin, even if you do so choose. But I recommend some sort of anti-inflammatory and a bunch of water. Should sort you right out. Yeah, I mean, all right, cool. Well, where's Mr. Carrots? I can put him on the Discord, and he could be my Ed McMahon. We're old, apparently. Yeah, get that rest, Silent Evil Cry. Thanks for coming through. Hey, what's happening, Crazy Cat? Aye. It's cool, man. We can let that old flag wave high. We can understand the new games. Look at me. Awesome. What's up? What's up, Crazy Cat? One of us, then. Like, I am only just barely in the age group to just like kind of know who Johnny Carson is, and like just barely old enough to catch the end of his run, and to understand that, that choosing his successor was almost like a matter of dynasty. Okay, well, here's where that Omen Killer was. But yeah, welcome to the heart of Volcano Manor Prison Town. Piled with corpses. Lots of Albinert corpses. But thank you so much for the follow, Crazy Cat. Super rad of you. Welcome in. And I humbly invite any of y'all also to get up on that Discord, of course. We do charity work on it, though. If you ever had a inkling to get involved with some sort of charity effort and didn't know how to go about it, well, I'm pretty sure we could figure out something for you to do, or we could just teach you how to do it and cast you loose into the great white world to do good in it. You know what I mean? Or you could just self-promo and never do anything too. I don't hold that against nobody. I like seeing a lively self-promo channel. It makes it easier for me to decide who I'm going to watch on twitch.tv. In fact, that's usually most of my Discord dealings is on other servers, as I'll bounce around and be like, oh, who's on their self-promo? Ow! Who threw that at me? Rude. Who did that? Where are these coming from? Come on. You're interrupting my lecture on the atrocities occurring herein. Alright, it's you. I'm gonna power Grayskull your ass from here, man. Ugh, get out of here. Jesus. Lovely. Anyway, But yeah, ooh, and we have a fundraiser active. You might see the overlay right now. It's for the Lambda Legal Foundation. Our very own Commander Jupe is doing a PSI Hope fundraiser for Lambda Legal for her second streamer anniversary. I believe it's her second. If you want to find out what Lambda Legal is about, their website's right there. But the short version is they are a legal organization that benefits the LGBTQ plus community. So please join us, won't we? And at least you know, you can spread the word or just hang out, or you can get on that Discord link I joined and join us for some community gaming, won't we? I think we're trying to fill out a Left 4 Dead versus room. And could use a couple of players and maybe a couple of relief players for when others need to take off and all that fun stuff. And we could play the video games and raise some money for a good cause. And to celebrate Commander Jupe, who is doing great out here on twitch.tv. But anyway, I digress. Volcano Manor Prison Town. An omen killer was standing just right here not too long ago. Let's take a second to contextualize what they are once again. And the best way to do that is by way of their cleaver. I believe I have their cleaver, yes. The blade of this huge, loathsome cleaver comprises a row of amputated omen horns, like the real deal. Weapon of slaughter, wielded by omen killers. The hideous horns cause blood loss, adding vibrant colors to ongoing mayhem. So, okay, Volcano Manor had an omen killer working for them. But who were the omen killers, one might ask? Well, that could be revealed by a number of descriptions, but probably best answered by looking at the ashes of omen killer Rollo. If I can see him in my inventory, I know I have his ashes. Oh, there he is. Spirit of Rollo, known as the first omen killer. Once a famous perfumer, Rollo imbibed a physic to rid himself of emotion, thus enabling him to enact his nightmarish labor, hunting the omen. Now, part of his job, besides hunting full-grown omen and bringing them down, and apparently not wanting to feel remorse about it, there is information pertaining to the perfumer's role in how the omen were looked after in the shunning grounds, the subterranean shunning grounds, and how when omen are born, usually their horns are amputated, and that typically kills the infant omen. This is one of the jobs Rollo would do under the influence of his emotion-ridding physic, which is to say a potion. And so yeah, so you get kind of this transition from healer to killer among the perfumers who end up becoming the omen killers. And I guess we got one here who was pretty much just hired maybe by Volcano Manor to do the job of slaughtering the various test subjects here and getting rid of them. Here we see an Albinuric tied to the stake. We can tell he's an Albinuric on account of his beard and some of his garb and the appearance of his face. And indeed, his lack of legs is no coincidence. In fact, many of these hanged figures, I believe all of them, have no lower legs. And this is a common feature of Albinuric. Hey, thank you for the follow, Music Box 716. That's ratty ya. And so we see the evidence of, well, I guess, you know, the kind of waste disposal effort. I wouldn't even say clean up or cover up. It's just like, we got all these bodies. We need to do something with them. And the Omen Killer looked like he was just tasked with dealing with that. So yeah. But how you doing, Music Box 713? That's your daughter? Cool. Well, welcome in. And feel free to chime off with any Elden lore you might have. We're on full spoiler mode. It's my second playthrough of the game. If talking about an aspect of lore in the area where I'm at would mean spoiling something else, don't worry about it. Seems dogs are being employed to, well, employed sounds funny, but I was here, said you're doing deep lore dive. Oh, alright, cool. We'll dig it. Optimus Prum? Yeah, alright, cool. What's happening? Optimus. No, please, Megatron was my father. That was my father's name. Well, sweet. But yeah, do say whatever you like in terms of lore, especially pertaining to Volcano Manor, since that's, you know, where we be at. To give you a hint of where we're at in the narrative, we have defeated Morgott. We have made our way this far, the Giant's Grave Post, so we haven't met this fella in front of the kiln yet. So we haven't sacrificed Melina. We're on the road to do that. We made it to the consecrated snowgrounds, snowfields rather, after taking care of Castle Saul and recovering the other half of the Haligtree medallion. And we stopped short of the liturgical town to do a little exploring. And I comically lost 120,000 runes, which is about enough for a level. Have I wanted to sacrifice myself instead? Well, guess what I did in my first playthrough? I sacrificed Melina, and then became kind of burnt out on the game because I didn't understand what was going on. It was just like this trudge. In a meta sense, I went Frenzy, and I also sought the Three Fingers, went Frenzy with the express purpose of annihilating the Erdtree and just burning it all down because I went Frenzied as a player. It was kind of, looking back on it, it's kind of funny. Welcome in, Mr. Carrots. Welcome back. I'm doing good, Optimus. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at in the narrative. I want to approach the Haligtree, of course, before I do the kiln, I think. I haven't quite decided the order in which I want to finish stuff, but as I was approaching the Haligtree last time, I was like, you know what? I didn't finish the Volcano Manor stuff, and I think I'm probably at a good level for it. So here we are, looking and sieving through the sludge and filth and awful detritus of bodies here in Volcano Manor. Why all the bodies, then, becomes the question. Why are there iron virgin weapons cruising around the world, kidnapping people, bringing them here, only for them to end up on a what's basically seems to be a slag heap? I did the entire thing, sacrificed Melina, just had to fight Radigan, then the last second decided to explore the sewers and ended up frenzied. Oh, you just like stumbled upon it? Yeah. I learned of the Three Fingers. I don't even remember how I learned of the three fingers. I think I remember hearing of the concept and then going, man, I kind of want to find that. And I think I looked it up. But yeah, for sure. I went strength dex build. I relied exclusively on the Bloodhound Fang sword or whatever it is, the big curved sword with the cool sword art that blinks you around. Uh-oh. This one's got eyes. If we kill this one, it'll drop extra runes. Shall we try? I don't remember what hurts it worse. Let's see. Alright, one full salvo. Took it right down. Lovely. But yeah, okay, so here we have some important statuary. You did everything blind first playthrough, so yeah, that's how I played it, except for the very end, kind of figuring what ending I wanted, because I discovered I burnt all my bridges pretty much otherwise. I progressed Ronnie up to the point of giving her the Finger Slayer blade, but I never figured out you could talk to her in doll form at a grace site in the Ainsel River, so on and so forth. So let's look at this grace site. There we go. The Temple of Igle, or Igle, Igle, Igle. We'll say Igle. It sounds dignified. And these are statues of Igle, the serpent god, which I find curious that they depict Igle to be not only winged but feathered, with talons no less. You know, I would even venture to say that this might be an Crucible era depiction of Igle, maybe. You know, convergence of life, chimeric life forms and such. You know. Because later on when we meet Igle, for real, pretty much, are what we presume to be Igle. You know, it ain't got wings. But tell you what, I'm going to take a real quick break right here, top of the hour. I suggest everybody stretch your legs and maybe get a drink of water. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me for the lore. Music Box, Crazy Cat, Optimus Prum. Wonderful to meet you all. I'm glad you're here. And I hope you stick around for the break. Should be less than 5 minutes. Mr. Carrots, my good sir. Hey, Mr. Carrots. Well, I'll DM you about it later. I don't want to throw anything at you. There you go. Your bare legs. Wait a minute. No. Never mind, Mr. Carrots. You will live in suspense. No, it's nothing serious, trust me. All right, I'll be right back. And I'll leave you with some music from Captain Sekatai, who composed this theme. It's the PSI Hope theme for our little charity organization effort. You're getting reboot? Yes! Do it! Do it! Okey pokey. Okey pokey. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you can commission Captain Sekatai if you wanted. Something like that for yourself. And I could even put it on the proper scene. Thanks for sticking through the break. I appreciate yous. All the raids and all the follows and stuff and everything. I'm beside myself, and I'm also fumbling with my phone. There, okay. Tomorrow morning I'll be streaming some Breath of the Wild with my kiddo, Moonside we call her, and it'll probably be the penultimate Breath of the Wild episode. Searching for memories and dragon hunting. Moonside's an accomplished dragon hunter, and she's going to show us how it's done. Anyway, return to the prison town and depictions of Igle, the winged serpent. I wish I knew more about real-world depictions of winged serpents. It feels significant. And I feel like Quelaag or somebody would have a reference on that. I've been voraciously consuming lore content on YouTube, and have come across Quelaag's stuff. And I've also realized we're at an interesting place in Elden Ring lore understanding. Because there was a lot of early assumptions made that have since just been kind of completely turned up on their heads. And I seem to have kind of gotten on board the in-depth lore train after this kind of big shift in understanding of the events in the timeline. I don't really have the greatest grasp on what the original understanding of the timeline was, but my basic understanding of the major timeline events right now is there's kind of your prehistory situation that evolves into the beast civilization of Farum Azula, which is at the time situated around here, actually contiguous with the rest of the lands between. And from that civilization, uh, 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 the first, uh, uh, you know, Elden Ring, dynasty happens. The Elden Ring arrives on a golden star, the Elden Beast, which becomes the Elden Ring, and is brandished first by the unnamed god of Farum, I guess we can say, uh, and her Elden Lord, Placidax, right? I believe is his name. Anyway, the multi-headed big ancient dragon. Uh, Now, at some point, this civilization falls, or during while the Farum civilization is going in parallel, you have the Ul Palace civilization happening, which is like the Eternal Empire stuff. You see the big statues of Elden John, who is otherwise known as the oh shit, what was the other term we were using? The less silly one. Darn it, I can't remember it right now. But he's the big guy who you see hooded, and he's like holding a tablet, and there's another tablet at his feet, and roots are kind of growing out of him. Uh, and during this time, the great tree, comes into existence and is flourishing, right? I believe this is even the stump, the original stump of the great tree, because as it is, this stump here does not quite line up with where the Erd tree is. The Erd tree stump is actually right here, our trunk, and so is separate from this one. This is a different trunk, and in fact, I believe this is the original center of the original rootstock that saturates the entire lands between and included Farum Azula, as it was contiguous with the ground. Well, anyway, the so-called Saint and Great Tree Empire rises and is kind of in existence in parallel with Farum, I believe, and then, for whatever reason, the god of Farum leaves. The Elden Lord of Farum, the dragon Placidex, is subdued in battle, presumably by Godfrey, and the Great Tree at some point is felled, and the era of the Crucible begins. And in the absence of, I guess, a great tree, our essential driving force, life kind of goes through this like really intense convergence period. And during it, a new sprout from the stump arises that becomes the Erd tree. Marika somehow takes possession of the Elden Ring, and Lord Godfrey is her Elden Lord, and they proceed to destroy the giants on the mountaintop of the giants, to secure the Flame of Ruin, to protect the brand new Erd tree. The Erd tree grows, the Age of Plenty begins, the Golden Order expands its territory in a kind of a unification war situation, all the way down to the Weeping Peninsula even, and Castle Morn. And they even eventually conflict with Liurnia. We get the situation where Radagon and Renala end up marrying, conjoining Liurnia and the Golden Order, and so on and so forth. Then the Shattering happens. Then, like, the major battles and wars of the Shattering occur, and then things kind of settle into the stalemate as we know it now. Eons pass. The Tarnished, who got banished after Godfrey's conquest of, presumably the Storm Lord of Stormvale, who had retreated at the time, or was represented by the Revenger at this point here at Castle Morn, loses his grace and is banished from the lands between, along with the rest of the Tarnished, who were Godfrey's people. They expand throughout the world at large, beyond the lands between, and develop into all the world's various cultures, as we can see in the class selection screen. That's how much time has passed by. That enough time from basically the time of the gods immemorial and, you know, late medieval society, like maybe even early Renaissance style society, right? Uh, is expressed in all the in the starting class cultures, and the grace comes back to the tarnished, and they start reappearing in the lands between. At the what is it, Church of Anticipation or something like that? Where is it? It's by Stormvale. Here. Oh, I don't have the grace site lit up. Is there a grace site here? Anyway, there's a place called the Church of Anticipation here. It's meant to be a place to welcome back Tarnished, and they can spread out into the lands between and do the will of the Erd Tree, and restore the Golden Order after the Shattering. Apparently this went on for a while, and it Tarnished appear in drips and drabs, but, you know, I guess most of them appeared early on. Most of them failed. Some came close to claiming the Elden Ring, such as Vika. Others remained dregs of the Golden Order, like Godfrey, ended up setting up an ambush to capture new Tarnish as they appear, to use them in his grafting experiments, which is a whole other thing. And we kind of persist in this stalemate of the world being broken, and then we appear, presumably eons even after that. The Tarnished of no renown. In this case, an astrologer with a keen interest of the history of this land, and trying to understand exactly what the hell it is the quote-unquote gods and demigods are up to here, and what the real timeline is. And that's what I've been doing. That brings us to basically now. And what does that have to do with Volcano Manor? Well, during the Shattering, Rykard conducted experiments on how to do birth and life and stuff like that in the absence of the Erd Tree. He seems to have developed a keen interest in albinurics and experiments on them cruelly. He has these ones restrained. You can see their lower legs are fading, translucent even. As albinurics age, their legs fade. Apparently it's a sort of a flaw in their design, as they are artificially created beings through a magical process that isn't described, and I feel like a monster just killing them, particularly while describing them in a sympathetic light. But, you know, Souls games, you know, they make you do the amoral things. I'm sorry. That one was hiding. He like got away. You can hear flies buzzing around in here. You know it smells crazy in there. But you just kind of tell that this place has fallen into depravity since Lord Rykard let himself be consumed by the serpent, and became obsessed with the idea of simply consuming that which is powerful and strong to make himself stronger. And that's basically what they mean by the, you know, being the Lord of Blasphemy, and basically kind of a Lord of Gluttony as well. Like, Rykard definitely smacks of the sin of gluttony when taken from kind of a Christian point of, or I should say Judeo-Christian point of view. And, you know, a victim of psychological torture, himself a synthetic being, charging up the stairs to kill you, wearing a black hood known as the Black Dumpling, which is indeed a torture implement. No big deal, right? These things also kill the shit out of you if you let them. But yeah, we even have a black dumpling in our inventory. We can take a look at it. It's like among all the other things that are like the things you don't really want to be wearing. Mask forced on a victim's head to lend torture an extra degree of cruelty. It magnifies one's fears and makes them acutely aware of all forms of pain. Raises attack power while the wearer suffers from madness. When the black dumpling goes on, the torturer no longer seeks answers, only to inflict suffering without hope of relief. Harsh. Incredibly harsh. Cool. And yet I am still harsher, aren't I? Takes 2 hits of the arc, huh? And so yeah, we're basically... I heard one scampering around. Yeah, we're basically witnessing the sins of blasphemy right now. Rykard has, like, let go of all dignity. He has no other interest than devouring at this point. The devouring has become the point, right? I'm ending their suffering. I suppose I am. I wish I could, you know, cut them all loose and take them with me to the Halig tree. But I mean, yeah. Fire slugs. Wish I knew more about the slug enemies, the mollusks. Because being a Bloodborne fan, mollusks are extremely important to the lore in Bloodborne. And so their presence here, of course, makes me think of that, and I'm like, it'd be nice to know. They are legless and being tortured. I just don't like being the one to, you know, make the call. I wish I could talk to them about it. I'm being a big mush, alright? I consider my ethics. That isn't to say if you don't feel especially bad about killing the Albinurics, that, you know, more power to you. Also, I'm kind of turned around. Ah, here we go. The way down. Into the lava. Good thing I brought a frost weapon. I mean, cause see, I even feel bad about killing these things. Oh, that's yeah. No, I've come to understand that the dark deeds must be committed. Ow. What was that? Was that oil? Who threw that? Who's the jerk? Oh, it's you. Catch. The slug's like, what's that? It's like a truck. Hold on. What do you say about it, message? No item ahead? I believe you. I know where that goes, too. That's the big waterfall that... Or, waterfall. Lava fall that leads down to where that magma worm was. And yeah, Alexander Warrior Jar is apparently still chilling there. We can maybe talk to him later. I don't know. It doesn't pass through enemies? Boo. That does. Whoa. Not quite. Once again, Eagle statue. I'm a little worried about one of the subplots, but we shall see. if we run into a certain somebody in our travels down here. It burns! Haha, my feet! Whoa, who's that? Wait, we never killed that guy? I could have swore we wasted that magma worm out there. Hmm. It burns. Oh, we can get to the dragon from here? Oh wait, no, this is a different one. Yeah, I forget that the other one would be way down lower. So this is a whole different one. Okay. Alright, well let's call out... Oh, we're out of magic? Cripes. Alright, we're gonna have to summon the Mimic tier then. Because that one takes health. Alright. Oof, a lot of it too. Hello, me. Good to see you. Let's go get to work, yeah? Oh man, I have like all fire stuff. Woo! Woo! Oh! Oh, not good. Not good. I'm gonna die for sure. I got stuck in this corner. Shit. Shoot, that's kind of a long walk from here. Kind of blows that I got smashed into that corner right away. What's the fastest way down there? Guest hall? Probably. Let's go. It's dark. Also, I'm out of boiled crab now. That sucks. Stop it. Whoa! Hold on. Let's go this way. Yakety yak. Is that too far? Oh no, here we go. Okay, cool. Here's the ladder right here. No big whoop. No big whoop. We're not far at all. I saw you there, Mr. Fancy Pants. Have the warmest toes. Did I go that way? I think I went that way, didn't I? I sure did. Alright, here we go. Alright. I guess I'll use 2 heals. Summon the Mimic here. There we go. Heal that. Take that. Be ready with all the Night Comets. Charge up Ice Style. And let's go. Mimic tier. Oh god. Baked and Living, how you doing? Welcome in. It's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Please everybody get ready for an instant memory and type to the chat, please. Fuzzy magma worms. out. Worms. The Mimic Tear's got this, no problem, right? Oh! Alright, I got it, I think. Whoa, not good. Oh! Damn. It turned around with a mean stroke. Alright, I think I got it. Let's see. We did. We got it. Right before I died. I look scared. Thank you so much for the redeem, baked and living. This was a screen grab redemption. Well, it was well timed, despite it. Good guess, baked and living. This is a Discord gimmick. I keep a scrapbook. Today is, ooh, it's the 9th of 2023. Thank you for the photograph. Oh, I say, wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest memories. And you can see them there, or you can just see them on my standby screens if you don't want to go through all that. But it's random. On there, on my Discord, it's chronological and all that jazz. But we mostly do charity or organizing on there. So do check it out if that sounds like something you're interested in. Thanks, baked and living. Appreciate ya. All right, there you go, Mr. Karras. Appreciate it. And we're going to shout out our good pal, Baked and Living. Metal Gear theme intensifies. And yeah, appreciate you. Let's go get back them runes, Nathan Jr. All right. Hope this ain't the way. Don't yell. Here we go. Gotta go fast. Gotta kill that guy fast. Whoa. Alright, this the way. I'm gonna get that magma worm. I didn't even know it was here. I'm feeling kind of excited about it. What? It's late. It's 8:30. I don't have to go riding bikes in the dark now. Hold on 1 second, please. Hi, kids. Okay, we're back. Excuse me. Alrighty. Let's figure this out. Ugh. Oof. There. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's the spirit me. Wait, where are you going? Jeez. Hey, take it easy. You're crazy. Alright, let's get runes back. No, I'll do that. Come on. Get in there, Mimic Tear. You're all eager beaver. Yeah, this one doesn't even have like a name. Uh-oh. Wow, what's happening to its health? Man, we wrecked that thing that time. Hey, Bantu Silver. I found a magma worm. I didn't know what was in there, and well, me and the Mimic tier just got it handled after me kind of screwing it up a couple times. Good news is we never lost the runes. Bad news is we didn't get many runes for it. But how have you been? Oh, there it is. Ugh. It burns. Okay. Oh, good. A smithing stone 7. Fantastic. Alright. I think we'll just take us back to... Huh. I'm trying to remember where a certain somebody was. I think they're just down here, though. Yeah. Oh, here they are. So... Wait. They're north of us. So... Let's just go back out the way we came. All remembrance playthrough? What do you mean by that? Like, you kill all the bosses that give you remembrances? Is that what it is? Am I good at guessing? Oh wow, there's a whole ass elevator here. Huh. Oh good. Hooray. Look at me. First try. Better than that boss. Whoa. The snake's like, oh shit, you weren't supposed to come out of there. Oh good, he had that candle weapon. Oh, what's happening? Oh. Oh, it's a dual elevator system, I see. There's one over here? I don't remember these. I don't think. Or I'm tripping. I might be tripping. No, I'm tripping about this one. I had to have used this one. Okay. There's our pal, the fire monk. We're gonna leave him alone, though. We're looking for Zariah. We want to talk to Zariah. Just want to have some words. I believe she should be over here, but I'm not too sure how to get to her. Ooh, she must be up on this level then. Maybe I do need to go up there. Ha ha ha. Because that's where we just fought the magma worm. Don't mind if I power a gray skull you out of existence, do you? Okay. You have a good rest. Is it even higher then? Am I tripping? How the hell do you get to where she is? Remember when we fought a Godskin apostle here? Oh my goodness, Sora, thank you for the raid. Oh boy, everybody's been dropping in on old Negatron. Hi everybody, I'm your casual internet acquaintance Negatron00, and this is Elden Ring lore. And behold, the Temple of Igle, the great ancient serpent god itself. And this isn't a statue, no, it's a cast of skin. Thank you for shouting out Sora, Mr. Karras. We were keeping with the theme today. Let's see, what were we playing? Oh, Liza P. That's right, Liza P. Everybody's very stoked about Liza P. A very unusual take on Pinocchio, I'm understanding. A Bloodborne-like, almost, so to speak. But if you guys got a raid and fade, I can dig it. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for supporting our pal, Sora. Very, very much appreciated. Hydrate and stretch and everything, you know. But we're doing Volcano Manor stuff. I wouldn't say that, Sora. You played through Hollow Knight. I still haven't played Hollow Knight, and I would say that that's widely regarded as a Souls-like, despite its 2D nature. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I've seen you doing the extra boss content and stuff, and I'm like, shit, that looks crazy. Now, why would a god skin be hanging out in Volcano Manor? Asks Blonde to Silver. And that's a good question. It's appropriate that... And I think that question might be answered, at least in part, by this cast of skin right over here. You'll get it, Sora. You'll de-rust and you'll get up there. Designation V, fan of Hollow Knight. But yeah, I think that Godskin Apostle question might be answered in part by the presence of this cast of skin here, and the fact that they like to use a skin in the production of, you know, their various accoutrements. Let's have a look at some of it, why don't we? It's gross. Content warning, clothes made out of skin. The god skin... Hurry up so Silk Song can release Sora. Hey, how you doing, Scarecrow? You have a shout out for Scarecrow, Mr. Karras? That would be super awesome. But here we go, the Godskin Noble Robe. This is the robe of the character we fought in here, that blonde to, that blonde to Silver is asking about. Thank you so much for shouting out the Scarecrow. Playing that 40k bolt gun, a game I am interested in perhaps going into, if I could justify it. But yeah, a robe made by sewing together patches of smooth skin. Subcutaneous fat makes it plump and soft. Worn by Godskin nobles known for their 7-face aprons. Here is the Godskin Apostle robe, a similar article of lesser extent, not as puffy. It's not like a puffy jacket, like the way this one is. This isn't just like, you know, like a bell-shaped robe. Like, this thing is full of fatty tissue. It's disgusting. Did I say patches? No, but we can go see him if you want. He's nearby. Let's see. The apostles, once said to serve destined death, are wielders of the god-slaying Black Flame, but after their defeat by Malekith, the Black Blade, their source of power was sealed away. So, aligned with the forces of death, so to speak, way into making stuff out of skin. One other item we should look at real fast to contextualize them is the Godskin Stitcher. Well, here's the Godskin Peeler. Yes, it seems like they're fine with it. And, you know, what with the abundance of bodies and whatnot, I don't, like, there's arguments whether or not the god skins need to actually use god skin. But in this case, you know, or that they could just use any skin or even demigod skin. I'm of the opinion that demigod skin counts, and maybe even tarnished skin. But in this case, maybe even albinuric skin, based on how much is here at Volcano Manor. Or the god skins could be in it exclusively for what might be literal god skin, the cast-off skin of Igle, the serpent god. This is a unique twin blade wielded by Godskin apostles, characterized by its disturbing design. One end features a sickle for slicing attacks, while the other boasts a winding spike for boring into flesh. So yeah, a peeler, right? And I believe we have the Stitcher somewhere, which is the one the noble uses. These are spears. Where would the Stitcher be? I guess it's a rapier, eh? Ah, here it is. With the rapiers. Go figure. Okay. Elegant piercing sword with a Celadon colored blade. Interesting choice of word for color there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look up that word. And I'm even, hopefully, going to be able to use my phone to do this. Let's see. Celadon. Celadon is a term for pottery denoting both wares glazed in the jade green of Celadon color, also known as greenware. What makes Celadon so special? It's a glaze of iron oxide. Is it a color? Yeah, it's kind of pale green. You might not be able to see it because my green screen wants to interfere with it. It does, that je ne sais quoi. Now, I don't see green on this blade. I'm going to enhance in a second here. Let's see. Are you ready? Here we go. Enhance! We might have to further enhance. Further enhance! Okay, we might be pushing the limits of space and time here. Okay. So if this blade is Celadon, I'm seeing more of like a, imagine like kind of a seafoam green is what Google's telling me, and indeed the pottery glazed in such a way is being said, is the main thing referred to by this name of color. Originated in China, white porcelain made with a glaze that turns transparent when fired, called hakuji, white porcelain. While pieces made from porcelain clay containing iron and coated in glaze that turns a bluish green, like seafoam, when fired is called seiji, celadon, or greenware. Like, I can't tell if that's like the lighting either. But, I mean, we're just gonna have to take the description's word for it, or that's just a translator wanting to, you know, use their Mad Libs and and use a different name for what I would have thought would have been if I didn't look it up and I had to just like make a presumption and go with it, I would have thought it was like a bone color, right? Like a specific word for like the shade of off-white that bone is. Greenware sounds illegal. Not in Nevada. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Godskins, and well, yeah, I think they're in cahoots with Rykard. Simple as, right? They don't like the Erd Tree. They are opposed to it, and you know, enemy of my enemy is my friend, and it seems like perhaps Rykard even offered this skin to them in exchange for their service along those lines. Erdtree's stinky poo poo. I don't like it either, but I'm also not trying to feed myself to a serpent lord and just become an amalgam of something very hungry. Alright, I think we're getting closer. Yeah, alright. Up there. Zariah should be up there. Can we just go down here and work our way up there? Or should we go this way? And exit some other place that I'm not noticing? I definitely haven't made too many forays around Volcano Manor, and so I'm apt to have to kind of brute force my way around direction-wise. Hold on, I'm gonna take a minute to appreciate the stone reliefs here. Seeing almost a seashell motif here, like an inverted seashell in the center, and also just above it, a non-inverted seashell maybe, but I'm probably just seeing stuff. Get them late night snackies, Mr. Carrots, and also make sure you're getting your rest, buddy. Unbelievably hilarious stream. The depths of video game strangeness. It's like the Twilight Zone. It's all things that are good. In the manner of Sigmar. Alright. Whoa. Just trying to get an idea on what that rock was doing there. The rock. The Dwayne Johnson. Alright, so it looks like we kind of just got to jump off here. Sure. Ah! I don't want to harm your kind, you slugs. I want to be your friend. They're not going to let me be their friend. Ow. I gotta take a drink. Alright, yeah. We're doing good. So yeah, this is the big magma fall. Or at least leads up to it. No, it's not the main magma fall. And we're nowhere near the main magma fall. Ignore me! This seems to be where most of the lava is, in fact, originating. Yeah, see, here we go. That's pretty cool. This is the main upwelling over there. Like, the attention to detail in this game is so absurd. So miraculously absurd. Whoa. Well, anyway, we're about to run into Zoraya, I believe, who we left last time in a state of her, like, of her being like, hey, can you, like, kill me, please? That would be rad if you could go ahead and do that. And I was like, no, I don't wanna. I need you to die. Whoa, that was close. Held my ground. Thank goodness I'm a magical powerhouse. Man, like the lava here is just incandescent and everything. It's super awesome. Mount Gelmir in Volcano Manor is one of my favorite settings. Okay, yeah, we go in here, we swing it over to the right, and we should run into Zoraya. Not that way. That was dangerous. Hell yeah. F them Iron Maidens. Oh boy. Just Let's go down. Alright. I think this is near where Zariah be. Huh, maybe not. Whoa, hey now. No, it was back up, I guess. Ah, here we are. Here we are. Zariah. Hey, you feeling better?
I know that you have done so much for me, but I wish to ask
Uh-oh.
one last kindness. Kill me, please. I thought that I feared nothing, but this, free me from this accursed frame.
Yeah, no can do, Zariah. I'm gonna check in on you later once you've had some time to digest this. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that before we did anything else. So anyway, we've kind of contextualized the horrors of Volcano Manor. Well, I guess let me explain Raya a little bit better. AKA Zoraya. She is also a serpent person sometimes, and she was born of a process pioneered by Lord Rykard, I believe after he became consumed by the serpent and began spawning the serpent men. Among them, I believe, was described as one that was particularly sickly or weakly, and was provided to Lady Tanith and raised as a daughter. Are some, you know, the main details of that story are accurate anyway. And part of her sending us on this sequence of events that lead us to explore Volcano Manor and kind of understand the depths of the depravity that Rykard is up to here, we discover an item called the Serpent's Amniote, which is like an evidence of this birthing process, and we show it to her. And she's like, oh no, that's how I was born, because they didn't really tell her how she was born, and she regards this as horrific right now. And we even told Tanith about it, and she's like, oh man, that's heavy stuff. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and complete the last contract for, I think it's the last contract for Volcano Manor right now. And it's up here in the mountaintops of the Giants. It is Juno Hoslow, older brother, I believe, to Dialos, who we saw being the quote-unquote potentate for Jarberg. Alright, we gotta go up here and hang the left. Yeah, that was the altar in the church where you fight the Godskin, indeed. And outside, out front, standing guard was a black flame monk. Fire monks of the mountaintop who have come to worship the black flame instead. And have sought to follow the Godskin apostles, which they do, and all that. So we got demi-humans and bats fighting it out here. That's kind of interesting. Oh, hey. You were strong ones. Wow. Okay. This is an area of the mountaintop we hadn't been down to yet. I had avoided it on account of the fact that the Hoslow battle was here. But this seems to be a scrap heap of of golems here, huh? With demi-humans laid prostrate on it. There's a battle between bats and demi-humans going on. And we know the bats are like kind of a type of demi-human too. I still have no idea what's going on. Well, it's the realm of the gods, basically. Scarecrow, it's Midgard. And we're exploring its mysteries. And we are currently in the mountaintops of the giants, where in the ancient past, indeed at the very dawn of the age of the Erd Tree, and could be said to be the close of the age of the Crucible, Queen Marika, being the new recipient of the Elden Ring somehow, destroyed the giants up here on the mountaintop of the giants. Some of them are big enough to be visible on the map here. That actually makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, there's a ton of Norse mythology in this. In fact, Elden Ring seems to be like probably one of the most complete synthesis of world history and fictions I've seen, period. It's crazy. We can just bounce right up to Stargazer's ruins. Fascinating. Let's do that real fast. We also know that the astrologers used to be, like, kind of lived alongside the giants of the mountaintop. Once upon a time in the ancient past, before the Crucible. Like, there is a huge discussion right now regarding the nature of the timeline. And in recent months, there's come to be an understanding that the Erd Tree wasn't the first great tree, and that there is a great tree that preceded it, at least one, that is known as the Great Tree. And it is now believed that the in-between period is the period of time known as the Crucible, and that this stump regrowing crown shoots to try to make a new trunk is this Crucible. Yeah, he did a lot of the ancient history writing to do the background. George R.R. Martin, indeed. Apparently, that's what he was up to instead of writing Game of Thrones, and more power to him. Because he was supposed to write another book, and he just kind of never did. So he's just been doing this. Also, check out this set, the Traveling Maiden set. Couldn't agree more. Are the golems the sentries of Marika used in the fight the giants in battle? That's my inclination. Traveling Maiden set. I'm very curious about this. Let's look at it. But yeah, I would say that the golems were definitely part of the Golden Order's forces in taking the mountaintop. These are apparently constructs of either Farum civilization or the Saint and Great Tree civilization, the so-called Eternal Empire. The predecessors to the Nox are responsible for them, I believe. But yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this armor set we just discovered. Or outfit, I guess I could say. Let's see. There was a hood. Ah, here we are. The Traveling Maiden hood. Hood worn by traveling maidens. Maidens traverse the lands between for different reasons. Some to seek audience with the fingers. Others to find the tarnished who they were destined to guide. Ah, like nascent maidens. For you are maidenless, tarnished. Oh, check it out. I have Godskin hoods as well. They're gross. Subcutaneous fat makes it plump and soft. Nobles are the most ancient apostles who are said to have assimilated in human physiology, not unlike the crucible, the Erd tree in its primordial form. The Erd tree in its primordial form. The crucible is the Erd tree in its primordial form. This holds to reason if the Erd tree is indeed one of the many new crown shoots arising from the stump of the former great tree. Now, why do I say the great tree, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because there is a item called root resin, secreted from the roots of the great tree. Can also be found near trees on the surface. The roots of the great tree, capital G proper noun, were once linked to those of the Erd tree, or so they say. That little shred of doubt there tells me to read the previous statement of once linked together are in fact one and the same root system, meaning that either the Erd tree itself is just a new shoot from the stump of the former great tree, or is even a different type of tree that was grafted to the stump of the crucible and is just using the original rootstock of the great tree. Crazy stuff. Like, this entire playthrough has been basically me chasing the shadows and the whispers of this great tree that preceded the Erd tree. Actually, real quick, let's be comprehensive and make sure the other parts of that set don't say anything different. So we gotta find it again. Ah, here we go. Nope, same stuff. Ooh, it's... Oh, you know what? This is the set that, Hyetta wears. The Maiden of the Three Fingers, who we've been feeding gross, eyeball grapes to. Now, we get to think about why, oh why, was there a maiden's outfit set here? Is this Haslow's maiden? Let's see what the player notes say. Old dear. Praise the house. Okay, those are very informative. Thank you. I want to go home. Okay. So is this... Well, whose house would this be, first of all? Random shack up in the Forbidden Lands of the mountaintops of the giants, upon over which the Erd tree still towers. Is this somebody who moved in here quite after the fact? Kind of, not supposed to be here, but managed to set up shop? It seems like stuff that actually might have been constructed during the shattering, because we see this type of construction in Blackguard Big Bogart's prawn shack down in Liurnia. We see this in the Revenger shack, also in Liurnia. And it's the kind of construction that looks like it probably wouldn't last that long. You know, it isn't this stuff up here. This stuff could probably get knocked over, so it's probably more recent. So perhaps Juno Hoslow and his maiden came up here to live? Perhaps to get away from it all? At any rate, one day we came up the hill. Ooh, I like that camera view when we first come in. That's cool. And totally thwacked. Sorry. I'm not taking any risks, Juno. We got a remedy and a rune arc for our troubles. We get to have his whip his helm, his armor, which is very pretty. His armor set is incredible. I saw a cosplayer, a foam crafter, like the stuff I do, but somebody who severely outclasses me, make Hoslow's armor set out of EVA foam, the material I work with, and it is like unbelievable. They even mentioned in like the posts about it how it drove them insane to to make this armor. But let's have a look at it. In all of its glory. And after that we'll even read about it. Look at this. Like, wowie frickin' zowie. Somebody made this armor set. Oh, you mean in terms of stats, Blonde to Silver? I'm only vaguely aware. Hold on, let's put that away, get a better look. But look at this thing. It's amazing. The level of craftspersonship is absurd. Just ridiculous. Each of these is like a fully sculpted flower on this helm. There's even detail and filigree on the nose. Oh, you mean the fashion? Oh, okay. I don't know about the stats. Oops, hold on. I don't know about the stats at all. I don't really care for armor stats, mostly because I just really try not to get hit. My big thing is just don't get hit at all. Try. The old Bloodborne solution. You can tell that that's my favorite Souls game. But unbelievable detail. I need to find the cosplayer's like Twitter page or whatever and share it on my Discord for y'all to see. The fact that people are able to achieve this level of mastery in foamcraft. It's absurd. But yeah, as they say, the Hoslow's tale is written blood or whatever. But so what was Juno Hoslow doing up here in this remote ass shack? Arguably one of the most remote shacks in the entire game, with a dead maiden. The Shack of the Lofty, it's called. I didn't catch the name first time I went in here. Let's have a peek around. Ooh, we're in heavy roll mode. And let's appreciate what Hoslow must have appreciated. Yorick, no. Alright, well, from up here we can look down onto the consecrated snowfields, and we can clearly observe Ordina Liturgical Town, a walking mausoleum beyond, which I believe to be a contrivance of Miquella. I think is the consensus on that right now. Anyway, we have the Petrified Forest. I don't believe this was an Erd tree, but you can just see this tangled mass down here. That was a minor Erd tree, and we've yet to visit that one. This territory here is among the most hostile in the entire game, especially over here where it gets all foggy. But yeah, Hoslow had a good view of this, didn't he? I don't know if this advances Dialos's plot at all. I can't remember. Why was Juno Hoslow hunted? Perhaps he's a defender of the Golden Order. Well, that would indicate that certainly the Volcano Manor certainly thought so. Perhaps he was, because that seems to be the common thread between the targets you kill as a recusant is everybody you fight is or was or has the potential to be a contender for the Elden throne. So we're kind of like, as the recusants doing the Skynet thing, right? We're sending people out to go kill the guy before he becomes the guy. Have a good night, Faust. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get you the shouty. I'm gonna get you the built-in one there even. Here we go. Super good pal of mine, Anarchal Faust, helps us out with the charity things from time to time, and he is a enjoyer of Warhammer 40k. And if that is your thing, please do yourself the favor and follow. He also paints minis and stuff too. I would recommend getting to know our pal, Anarchal Faust. And yes, sir. Have a good night. Rest well. We'll see yous in the morning. Okay, so big pile of golems, huh? Yeah, right outside of Hoslow's hut. I wouldn't suggest that Hoslow went around killing all the golems and stacking them up here. There is also the notable presence of demi-humans and the bat people. And also, these demi-humans, they were screwed to begin with. Because look, there's bats in reserve. On both undersides of this great bridge, which would date undoubtedly to the Saint and Great Tree period, the so-called Eternal Empire, and it also means that probably the astrologers were people who were a part of this society and lived alongside the fire giants. And indeed, it seemed as if that empire managed to live alongside the entire lands between, because their ruins can be found everywhere. Less so in Caelid, but that's more of a transition to the Farum civilization that they seem to live in parallel with. Now, two big power centers like that so close together don't often live in harmony, right? Liurnia and the Golden Order were even opposed until conjoined through the union of Radigan and Renala. So was there some union between Farum and the ancient Eternal Empire, or were they different parts of the same sort of greater entity? These are the bigger questions in the Elden Ring timeline right now. Especially, like, the big obvious part of the timeline are another big question that I guess sometimes kind of gets forgotten about now is what happened? What happened in the middle? You know, this is the land of the gods. Why is the tree not in the middle? You know, or why is the tree not even on the stump here on the map? You know, why? Like, those simplest questions right there kind of, like, blow my mind, really. But one second, please. I'm going to take me a little break, because I think the kids are going nuts right out there. I'll be right back. And yeah, thanks for hanging around. Notice the towers of remembrance sort of surround that cloud in the middle of the sea. That cloud in the middle of the sea. Right? Right? I mean, I guess you can look over there and not see anything half the time. But yeah, the divine towers definitely surround a center that is no longer there, right? Here we have this divine tower, the one for Caelid. Where is it? Here. The one for Limgrave, Liurnia, West Altus, East Altus, and then once again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, what is this? What is this? I love all the galleons and stuff that are painted in here, like things are going on. But yeah, very interesting. I'm of the opinion now that the land of Farum Azula, or Farum in general, I guess I've started calling it, like as if Azula is only one small, speaking of Farum Azula over here, this is all that's left of it, is just one small section of their once great empire, which, or their once great civilization, which I believe probably took up the center of this area here. We probably saw the continuation of this spiral we see, you know, getting a little bit tighter up in here or something like that. But anyway, let's go. Well, let's get back into our proper clothes, and then we'll go report our victory to Lady Tanith. She's sure to be stoked about our taking down of Juno Hoslow. But yeah, I mean, I expect Juno had to have been high in the running for Elden Lord, maybe. He looks like he kind of like I ain't gonna lie, there's a real Old West vibe about this encounter that I kind of want to point out. You know, how like us, you know, the agents of whatever forces are hunting for this person have finally caught up to this person, even though they seem to have left that life all behind and have just kind of found a place to hide and live out the rest of their days. And then, you know, the summon sign was right here, and we use it and we pop up right here, and it's like we're that malevolent force that just strolled up one day coming up the hill. Hey, look, the wind effect. These skulls are made out of styrofoam. They all came out of Spirit Halloween. It's no big deal. And sure enough, he approaches us from the direction of the house and comes right at us. And it's a showdown. And we have our showdown, and it's over. And we discover the body of the maiden back there, right? I'm all kind of introspective about it. It's weird. Well, first, before we encounter Lady Tanith, I do want to see if Dialos could be the Exile of the Tarnish. Yeah, like if they painted the Exile of the Tarnish onto the map, as sometimes events are painted onto maps. And that's another thing too, the map. Something I've been neglecting to do the entire playthrough, and I severely regret it, is that the maps are in your inventory. I believe that they're somewhere in here to read, I believe, or unless I'm crazy. Yeah, the descriptions for the maps. I've never read a single one of these, and these are going to be all fabulously informative. How dare I? What a missed situation. Anyway, I guess we can look at Mount Gelmir since we're talking about it mostly tonight. Mount Gelmir, which houses the Volcano Manor at its summit, and is in fact the summit, is characterized by sheer cliffs and ominous skies. These qualities only became more pronounced after the shattering. Huh. Oh boy. Okay, so I'll try my best to incorporate the reading of the map descriptions as I explore places going forward. I was watching a lore video, and someone was like, the map description for it. I was like, the maps have descriptions.
A fool I may be.
Alright,
You
no
pity me.
new dialogue. Your brother's dead, bro. Sorry. I don't suppose he'll react to you if you're wearing the armor or anything like that. Okay, guys, hey. I took down Juno.
I see that you stayed the path of champions. This is your usual reward. Please, take it.
The Taker's cameo.
Perhaps you are ready. Might you see our Lord? Our Lord will no doubt welcome you. Another kindred spirit, treading the path of champions.
Not yet.
I see. Well, I cannot make you take the leap, but do know this. To follow the path of valor, an audience with our Lord is essential. In order to defy this debasement and rise up against the Erd Tree, like a true recusant of the Volcano Manor.
Yeah, I'll do it. I just want to make sure I got my runes spent before I do. How many do we need? I think it's somewhere around 40k, to be honest. Oh no, only 23k. I got that in my pockets. Oops. Well, we will just eat 5 of these. Crunch. Delicious. Alright. But what shall we level in is the real question. We're kind of like, yeah. Maybe strength? I seem to remember once upon a time trying to bounce up some strength a little bit. To use a weapon or two, maybe. We'll go ahead and take another point of strength. Why not? It's like my weakest stat, I think. Oops. Okay, well, I'm as low risk... Oh, you know what? We're going to go to the round table hold so I can buy a bunch of crab. Crab people. Ulfnir, what's up, you son of a bee? You're wasting your time here, reading them books. You gotta go out and get some street smarts, man. Let's see, let's go ahead and eat one of these. And spend its value in boiled crab. 13. A lucky number. Alright. Alright, well, let's go meet the Lord of Volcano Manor. What could go wrong? Earlier, in the process of doing missions for Volcano Manor, we ran into a ghost. A ghost who was at the end of this hallway here. A ghost who complained about how he was a knight for Rykard. But he didn't like how Lord Rykard had fed himself to the serpent he seated as depraved, and that he had stashed a special weapon in the Lord's chamber. So we shall keep that in mind. Also, though, let's check out the Lord's cameo. I believe it's a talisman. Indeed it is. Restores HP upon defeating enemies when Rykard turned to heresy. Taking by force became the rule. The gods themselves were no different, after all. And this is kind of the ultimate thing that, like, I wouldn't say justifies Rykard, because, you know, he's responsible for all that inhuman experimentation and stuff. And we're about to learn something else about what Rykard does with recusants. But I want to take a look at this cameo closely. More closely. Okay. So it looks like on the right side we see twin serpents grasping at some symbol. I can't tell what that symbol is. It looks almost like the Elden Ring. And then on the other side we have what look like human hands, but they look tortured and pained in their posture. And encircling what looks to be a visage of death. crucible form. Ooh, you know what? I've also noticed a different Elden ring that seems to precede Marika's version, but comes after the Farum Azula version. And it's the version that goes with the Eternal Empire. So this like throws an entire other line of inquiry. But wow, hold on, I'm gonna get a close look at this. I don't think it's the Elden Ring. That's definitely a skeleton with crossed arms. I can't tell if its knees are up or if we're just seeing the upper body. I'm gonna go ahead and say that there aren't any knees for sure. Huh. Quite interested in what that symbol is, though, because it isn't an Elden Ring. None of those are circles; they're all curves. Huh. Jesus, Jekyll, that's the darkest joke flow you've flowed out of left field. How you doing, Jekyll? Good gravy. Man alive. How are you, man? Behold, the Taker's cameo. That's Lord Rykard in profile there. Don't know what to make of that symbol between the snakes. I could only presume that the hands grasping at death are like... You know, I think what we're seeing here is maybe a new motif of life and death cycle. Of the cycle of life and death, maybe. You know, as we see in the Erd Tree, with Erd Tree burial, where the dead are taken up, are those who need recycled, I guess, which is another weird thing, right? In a deathless society like Marika's Golden Order, why do you need Erd Tree burial? People don't die. I think it's also alluded to that that the process renews the person in question. Like, they basically get reborn in a fresh body after the process is through. Their remembrance hewn into the Erd Tree. But I don't ever really see any evidence of, like, people living their second life after, I don't know what, budding from the Erd Tree, like the fruit we see, the people fruit we see in the reliefs and stuff. But I think maybe we're seeing something like that with this emblem. The dead being taken in and recombined into something else on the front that Rykarder's facing. I don't know. Let's go see the big guy himself. Maybe we can ask him. Maybe we can ask the guy. We could be like, hey, Lord Rykard, we were looking at this cameo that Lady Tanith gave us. It's awesome and everything, but we're a little confused as to the symbology. What's the little doohickey opposite the dead guy? He'll be like, oh. Anyway, I think I got the screen back to size and everything. Well, let's go see the Lord.
Won't you consider having an audience with our Lord? Our Lord will no doubt welcome you. Another kindred spirit, treading the path of champions.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. As it should be. Now, close your eyes for a moment.
No looking.
I will transport you to the Lord's chamber. Farewell, then. May your visit be fruitful.
Thank you. Can you take the bag off of my head, please? Ugh. So I like the idea that they just dump you down a hole. Okay, so just down this way? Yeah, keep going. He's right over there. I mean, the truth is it turns out he actually is right over there, but... Let's traverse the mist. Surely nothing can go wrong. did that a bit early. Check it out. Giant serpent ball writhing in the magma. Great chandeliers adorned with human, or, you know, cages for people and just dangling everywhere. I like the pedestals of this room especially too, but let's take advantage of the fact that we just found the Serpent Hunter. That looks like a good thing to probably try to equip. Let's try to equip it. It's a spear, should be at the bottom. And we're gonna, oh, here it is. Serpent Hunter. Weapon that serves as both greatsword and spear, thought to have been used to hunt an immortal great serpent in the distant past. It manifests a long blade of light when facing such a creature, when their master's heroic aspirations degenerated into mere greed. His men searched for a weapon with which they might halt their lord. Alright. We're in heavy load mode, so let's take off that as well. Alright. Also, Hank, Larry, welcome in. Alright, let's go. The God-devouring serpent. Well, there goes the bubble. Oh, it got us. That sucks. Don't eat me, bro. Oh, okay, we're fine. Hank, Larry, you got this, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory. Type into the chat, please. Fuzzy god serpents. Ugh. Alright, well, my skeletal minion's dead. Okay, I got it. Thanks, Dracolair. Sorry if I'm not getting your images in. Woo! Oh, it got us. Damn. We might live. Oof. Yeah, see, we're fine. Flaming pickles indeed. Oh. Well, we're going to have to try again. But that's okay. Let me get that redemption handled, Dracolair. With your typical flair and flourish, yeah, we got it. We got it. Thank you for the redeem, Dracolair. How are you tonight? Today is the 9th. I made that joke earlier, but I mean, you only get to do it one day a year. Thank you very much for the redemption. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memory. I was typing like, you got this. Oh, no. Oops. No, it wasn't the redemption so much that took me down, other than the fact that I think I would be better off... thanks, Dracolair. I think I would be better off, wait, is that? No, that's not Dracolair. Hold on a second. Who the hell is D ... Oh, it is you, I guess, right? Did you change your Discord name or something? Because, anyway. Thank you so much for that, Dracolair. Either that or Discord's being dumb and it won't autocomplete and all the rest. But you can check them out there, and I'll confirm all that stuff later. Let's bounce our booties back to Round Table Hold real fast now that we got the super big giant killer weapon. Also, look at this thing. It's awesome. And it's of an extremely ancient construction. In fact, it looks like it's Farum. It could be Farum Azula style, perhaps, or even Eternal Empire. But let's see what it would take to level it up a little bit. I seem to remember it slugging things out a little bit better than that. On the run that I actually ended up beating the guy. Oh yeah, that'll be plenty, I'm sure.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for no matter. Lay out your arms.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. We need Somber 1. Shit. Let me run over here to the Bell-Bearing Maiden. The poorest decision in the game by the developers was putting the hub shop on the opposite end of the hub from the guy you spend a lot of things at. Alright. Alright, we got enough Sombers other than that. But now we're like kind of out of enough runes to actually do the upgrading. But that's okay. That's why we keep so many in our packets. For instance, golden rune 1s. We got a lot of them. Let's use 25 of them, why not? Boom.
Back already, no matter.
2, 3, 4, 5. We need some more runes to make it go. We'll go up a couple more.
Back all no matter.
Okay, that'll be enough. We don't need it up to +8. Let's go kick this thing's ass. Wait, was it Grace Site? Can we just talk to Tanith again and be like, hey? She's like, oh, you want to see him again? Cool. We don't have the Serpent Blade. Nothing? Okay. Hey. Let's...
Yes. Now, I will
Okay, I guess they just pretend it didn't happen. It's kind of silly.
Farewell, then.
Oh, there is a grace site. Did I just not sit at it? I didn't. Oh, I'm a silly head. Okay. I just wandered off. Okay. We'll bring in our pals, the Mimic tier this time. Take the heal. And, no, away, hey, here we go. Get in here. She can do it too, right? Oh, it got me! Fuck. Woo! Aha! Yeah, this is hitting harder this time though. Hey, that's the spirit me. Gotcha. Yay. High five me. Oh wait, there's more. Also, sorry if it's loud. I actually kind of love that. Ooh, he hungry.
Very well.
Ew. Ooh. Check it out. He has the hands of those like crawly giant hand things out there, which indicates that they might be his creation.
Join myself and King as family. Together we will devour the very god.
Whoa. Alright, Mimic Tier, where you at? Let's get in there. We're kicking its ass. Oh, that's right. I wasn't even using its strongest attack. There, we got it. Alright, see you later, Rykard. Weird. And so passes Rykard the Blasphemous. And now this blade will never do the super attack ever again. It only does that now. Excuse me, that weapon was exclusively for fighting Rykard and nothing else, pretty much. But I mean, it was built to be a single-purpose weapon. Where is my Moonlight Greatsword? There we go. And we also want to equip my lovely little bastards' stars. I do love my lovely little bastard stars. Woo! Okay. What's this item here? The eye surcoat? That's fascinating. Oh, that's right. If you wield his blasphemous blade. Well, we'll have a look at all. Wait. Oh, you gotta get the remembrance from the thing. That's right. Okay. What did we just pick up? The eye robe. I love finding like items that are very obscure to me that I haven't even encountered in my lore viewings. Here it is. Eye surcoat. Insignia emblazoned on the front marks out the wearer as the eyes and the ears of Sir Gideon the All-Knowing. Huh. Neat. I believe his rune is West Altus. Also, where's the Where's this great rune when it's not ready to rock yet? Where do we keep it? I don't remember. It's gotta be key items, right? Okay, yeah, it's just gonna be down here. Doi. See, okay, yeah, West Altus. Oh, we got enough to level from old thing. That robe, my take is that it was the ghost's robe, the one who left the serpent sword. Nah, it turns out the serpent hunter sword was left by a retainer of Rykard himself, who rebelled after Rykard fed himself to the serpent. Because the story goes is that like half or more of Rykard's remaining host, bailed on him after that. This is after the second defense of Lyondell and all that stuff. And during even Lyondell's continued siege upon Mount Gelmir in the aftermath, you know, the one where the World War One analogy battle, basically, kind of. It's the stalemate, the Somme, so to speak, of Elden Ring, which is weird to say. All right, let's level. I guess we'll take another strength. Mm-hmm. Oops. Okay, well, let's have a quick peek-see around here. Let's look at the map, see where we land. We are under the caldera, the tippy top of where we were watching the lava emerge from. So the lava is somehow above us, erupting up onto the ground, which, geologically speaking, is kind of absurd. This area would utterly collapse under the weight of that much magma. But, since this is like a preternatural chamber of a undying ancient serpent god, we can probably look past that little detail. Now, what are these heaps of, huh? We got a petrified snake and people in languish. This is similar to some of the stuff we see in the Eternal Cities, at least in terms of people reaching out, but these could also be like, you know, the remaining cinders of stuff. The great columns around here, which I love their design, how they're too thin for the job. They got this whole fiery glow thing. They look like they're almost alive themselves and like extensions of the serpent god itself. But yeah, that robe, it was I take it to mean that Gideon, the all-knowing bastard, as I like to know him as, just either had a spy in Volcano Manor, or was even like kind of in cahoots with Rykard to observe things or something. No, that's the Lizard King, Carrots. The Lizard King. But cool. We whacked Rykard, right? Lady Tanith is going to be all like, you did what now? So, okay, so why does Rykard attack us, right? We've been his loyal servant, smacking down those lousy tarnished who would support the Erd Tree. And indeed, we are the strongest of his recusants. At least as strong as recusant Bernal, who's over here, right? Who was also a contender for the Elden throne before he became a recusant. Let's talk to him real fast.
So, you killed Rykard. I harbor you no ill will. The strong take. Such is our code. Even he was prepared to meet a wretched end when he first took blasphemy unto his very flesh. But any road, the Volcano Manor is no more. Though we may yet fulfill an old promise. We hunted our own kind, and took what was theirs. And with everything in hand, the time has come to rise against the Erd Tree.
That's the spirit, Bernal.
O greater will, hear my my voice. I am the recusant Bernal, inheritor of my brother's will, and you will fall to my blade. We refuse to become your pawns. Consider this fair warning.
Cool.
Oh, greater will I am the
This guy
recuse
just
we
said, I'm
refuse.
straight up gonna kill God. His armor is covered in lions, which is amazing. And also, he just mentioned his brother. His brother, whomst I don't know who that is. A fine chess, I think he would make a great rook. But yeah, he's like, wow, killed Rykard, huh? Wild. So Rykard's whole deal is he became obsessed with just the greed associated with being able to consume the powerful. And originally it was his aim, after being consumed by the serpent, to become one with it in order to consume more, in order to become powerful enough to complete the job. But he never really seemed to get around to it, and just seemed to become content with devouring things, and perhaps maybe one day getting around to devouring the gods. But in the meanwhile, recusant tarnished will do just fine. Hey, Lady Tanith. You guys don't mind, right? I mean, Bernal over there was like, nah, you know, might makes right around here, so...
You... It's true then. You've defeated our lord.
Yep.
No. I must thank you. Our lord was yet weak. You have taught us that. Defeat is not the end.
Devour the cheese god.
Our Lord is
You go too
immortal.
far, Mr. Carrots. You know not what you
One will
speak.
rise again. Stronger. Until then, I must stay the path and do my part.
Damn, y'all are committed.
I will leave the Volcano Manor before long. I suggest you do the same. I will miss these encounters. The champion who walks the tainted path shines all the more. I always was an admirer.
Well, cool. I'm glad you guys have no hard feelings.
This is farewell. Perhaps we will meet again along the path.
Perhaps, Lady Tanith. Wild stuff. Let's go see if Patches has anything to say about it all. Hey, Patchies. He was working as a recusant, but he actually was in the habit of just giving us the gigs they gave him to do for him instead. We obliged.
Now you've gone and killed Rykard. You scheming little doxy.
Doxy?
Cripes, you make this nonsense seem, well, less nonsensical. Perhaps a Tarnished will be Elden Lord after all. But for now, this manor is finished. The demigod beast is slain, and Tanith has lost her head. A fine mess. But how else could it end? When Daddy Ambition's head over heels courting Lady Blashphemy. Well, here I am, untethered, once again. Goodbye, my friend.
Oh, Patches.
What is it? Oh, come to make a parting donation to Patch's Emporium?
Yeah, sure. I'll buy something random off you just for the heck of it, pal. Thank you.
Cheers for that.
Cheers for that. It's gonna be my man, I should make that my bit redemption noise. Cheers for that. Patches. I need to write this down. Let me go to my branding section here in my Discord. Let's see. Patches. Patches. Cheers for that. Sound. Bite. Or bit. Or bits. There. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Lady Tanith, you're not going to be doing anything weird or nothing, if I go anywhere, like if I go back to Lord Rykard's chamber or anything? Get ready to be kind of grossed out. Or actually, you should be very grossed out. But, yeah. Hey, look, it's Rykard's head. And ooh, look who's that? That looks like... Oh no. Also, look at the little grippy hands reaching and reaching. Twizzlers. There's a noise. Hey, Rykard. Hey, how you doing?
Oh.
No, nothing.
Allow me some time. Our lord's carcass is vast and not easily consumed. Dear Rykard, please find purchase within me. I wish to be your serpent, your family. One day, let us devour the gods together.
Ew, she's eating him. She's like, give me a minute. He's like really big, okay? Strawberry.
Dear Rykard, I wish one day...
Anyway, let's have a look at what's going on here. High five. Slap me 5. Ugh, God. This is icky. Icky, sticky, gross stuff. The fact that you can hear, like, chomping on that stuff and swallowing it down. Like, you have to eat the whole thing? I can't believe I ate the whole thing. You ate it, Ralph. Let's go back here real fast. So anyway, there was a Crucible Knight there acting as her personal bodyguard, right? Kind of interesting that a Crucible Knight would be working against the Erd Tree. However, not so crazy to think about if you remember that the Golden Order turned its back on things with the aspect of the Crucible, including the Crucible Knights. Matilda scene. The tonic of forgetfulness. Oh, thank goodness. Let's swig that real fast. What does that do for us? Tonic of forgetfulness. Banishes distress and bitter memories. A gift bestowed by Rykard, sworn to blasphemy to Lady Tanith, who unfortunately had no use for it. My lord, there could be no greater distress than to forget you. Devoted to the very end, a tragic love story tied in with the Lord of Blasphemy. Which is, I guess, since his attentions were devoted toward that, makes sense why Patches would refer to it as Lady Blasphemy. But it seems as if Volcano Manor has been abandoned. Patches is gone. The Crucible Knight who was here is gone. I don't believe any of these doors open that were closed still. Bernal is gone. Whoa, he left a Zweihander here. We can just look at this sword and learn all the skills. That's kind of neat. But silly. Pancakes. Let's see here. My thanks gesture left to us in the... This is where the ghost was standing who told us about the serpent slaying spear. The triple S. We have but one remaining task. Here in the Volcano Manor. Audience pathway. What's this? Oh, that's where... Okay. We'll go to the Temple of Igle. Who we apparently just slayed. In tandem with Lord Rykard. One of the demigods. Ooh. And son to Queen Renala and Lord Radigan. Sure, the Greater Will is pleased. But I was right. I knew I was going to enjoy this session. I had what we're doing today in mind for the session. Fabulous. Fabuloso like the floor mopping stuff. Woo! That was a spicy jump. Alright, hold on, I have to be ready. There's a stinky, stanky Iron Virgin around here, right? It burns. There it is. Oh, that's not good. Alrighty. We're gonna go check in on Zoraya. We have the Tonic of Forgetfulness. Maybe either A, she's come to terms with her situation, or B, we can give her that tonic and just be like, hey, nah, you know, you're a child of the gods, just like all these other people. Don't sweat it. I'm sure they'll be nice to you since, you know, you're one of them and all. Uh-oh, we got the attention of this guy. My bad. I'm a powerful sorcerer. None can stand against me. Zoraya.
You're not willing to kill me, are you? You've always been so kind and uncompromising.
Alright. I actually don't remember because she seems like she might be halfway okay with living right now, and I'm not sure she needs the tonic of forgetfulness. So, I'm going to look into it. Let's see. Defeat Gaskin Noble, Sarvavion. Alright. No, we do not give her the tonic.
I suppose I knew in my heart of hearts how kind and uncompromising you always were. I suppose I knew in my heart.
Alrighty. Now, here's what we gotta do. We gotta reset the area and go back. I wanna say that there might be a shortcut I can activate around here that I'm not doing, maybe. Let's find out. So now that we've done that dialogue... Oops, wrong potion. she'll be gone after this. These people all explode with poison when you kill them, and that's kind of interesting on its own. I want to say there's a grace site or a shortcut I can unlock around here. That'll make it an easier task for me to reset the zone for our friend Zariah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Never mind. Hold on. Alright. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't nothing over here. Okay. I remember the zone, of course. So this is like kind of an antechamber to a throne room. So, presumably, and since we are directly above kind of the main area of Volcano Manor here, well, I don't know. Because it feels like you're supposed to come into this room from here. But the front of the manor is over here. Also, I'm not too sure if we were ever up there. But let's cause some problems. Shit. Oh, it got his attention anyway. Nice. Oh, cool. Well, that made it rather simple. So this is like Rykard's throne room. You know, he's got a throne and everything. I presume that's the direction you would be... Oh, here we go. I guess I didn't go this way. Maybe. Let's see. Oh no, I have been through here. Ah, I see. I did go through here, and I kind of went through here and went through it fast. There's still other items to grab in here somehow. Try down. Oof. I don't know, yo. Alright, well, we'll check that out in a second. Huh. But yeah, full of serpent men, poisoned regular men, I guess, and so on. I believe this portal leads... I might as well check it out. to Rykard's chamber, thus enabling you to get to him without having to do the Volcano Manor stuff. Yeah, that's the facts, Jax. All right. So we're just gonna have to go back to Temple of Igle and go the long way around and go back to where Zoraya was, now that the area is reset. And this should be the conclusion of her narrative, basically. A happy ending, maybe? I guess we'll have to make the determination here in a minute. Also, have I ever gone this way? Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay. That was a way to get down to an elevator that becomes a shortcut, I think. Whoa. Ugh. Beyond Comet? Yeah. Oh! Almost got through that without damage. That would have been kind of cool. Anyways, alright, I'm coming. Can't go that way. Leave that man alone. Haha. Alright, and indeed, Zoraya is missing. In her place, a letter. And the talisman Datakar's woe. Let's read the letter. Zoraya's letter. Farewell letter, written in an inexpert hand. Aw, she wasn't that great at writing. I wish to set out on a journey, so that one day I can carry on Mother's work. To be a proud daughter of Tanith of Volcano Manor. Farewell, you've always been so kind, so uncompromising, my champion. Oh, it is a happy ending. A happy ending for Zoraya, probably, or at least at the moment of the writing of the letter, which is the key moment. Aw, written in an inexpert hand. I like that little touch, you know. So that one day I can carry on Mother's work, though, so that's a little bit interesting. Now let's see what else she left. Disturbing likeness of a woman whose skin was flayed. She smiles with serene tenderness. Increases damage taken. It is said that this woman named Datakar indulged in every form of adultery and wicked pleasure imaginable, giving birth to a myriad of grotesque children. Wow. Yeah, you can see the skin peeled away from her face. That's some serious grossness. Yeah. And so, who is Datakar? And why was her talisman with Zoraya? In fact, you get that talisman regardless of the outcome of the quest, right? She'll drop that at any point that she dies. I believe it's implied that Datakar is the woman who actually gave birth to the serpent amniotes that became the serpent men and Zariah. And it is likely that there was only one generation, and that all the serpent men we see patrolling Volcano Manor are of this generation, and Zariah was kind of the runt of the litter, so to speak. And Rykard, after using Datacar for this, who is, I guess, apparently the only woman down, gave the young Zoriah to Tanith to raise as a daughter of Volcano Manor. And the story has come full circle. But tragic also, right? She had a very blasphemous birth, but she's such a sweet person, and I absolutely love that about this story, and how it juxtaposes everything against the Golden Order and its obsession for rigidity and purity and all this crap, where, because it is demonstrated through even the single most demonstrably most blasphemous method of new birth in the lands between, yielded one of the, sweetest creatures who you would meet in your entire travels, and that is Raya. And it's no wonder that, you see a bunch of fan art that is kind of inspired by this period of time of Zoraya growing up as a young serpent person in the house of Lord Rykard and Lady Tanith, and it's done tongue in cheek and jokey and stuff, but it is important to point out. What? Oh, hold on a second, please. Once following my playthrough, when I started opening myself up to spoilers and stuff, I was like, what? She's a serpent person? Last time I saw her was in the room with the recusants, and then after that she vanished. And I guess I just never looked in that room that she was in when she's in serpent mode. I happened to find my way into the secret passage because there was a player note right there, and I just rolled into the wall, and I was like, hello? But yeah, incredible, right? It's an incredible story, the resolution of Volcano Manor. Yes, you may. I love you. Good night. Let's see. Well, what can we do now for the rest of this session? I don't want to get into anything too crazy. What could we do? We could poke around Kaled. Well, you know who we haven't seen in maybe a minute or three? Millicent. Is she still here in the Altus Plateau? Let's see if she's still here, since we've ventured into the mountaintop of the giants. We have managed to have a few NPC stories kind of advance. Also, I'm not too sure where Patches gets off to after this. Where's he gone off to? Millicent's still right here. I'm sure she still has the same story.
Now, I'm tracing the path Melania took. She's passed into the lands that lie beyond the Erd Tree.
Also, not gonna lie, Millicent looks an awful lot like Quelaag does, the Souls lore person on the internet. But let's see here. Ooh, okay. So, Lady Ronnie whom we saw slay a pair of 2 fingers beneath the Cathedral of Manicelis, gave us her Moonlight Greatsword, and departed, saying, hey, go be Elden Lord, and we got this. I believe something will now happen if we venture to Ranni's Rise. Since then. It's
no matter what might happen. Ronnie. She needs me.
Black Knife Assassins are attacking Blythe. Oh no. So, okay. Blythe, you okay? Buddy? This is definitely a Black Knife Assassin. Blythe, buddy. Hey, man. You alright? Uh-oh. Woo! Oh. Run! Woo! Fuck. Oh! Oh, Blythe, man. Oh, hey, Heathen of the Outlands. No, I actually don't know where he is. If you want to just drop that location name, I would be pleased with that. Otherwise, I would look it up on my own. But hey, we just fought Blythe. He was very upset. And we get his set and his sword for our troubles. Huh. He had cool attacks. I'm pretty sure his sword probably enables it too. Surrounded by Black Knife Assassins was he. Wielding black knives even. Check that out. Shaded Castle outside the boss room. Shaded Castle. That's this one, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that's simple enough. We've already traveled here and done the thing. But look at that. Black knife. Black Knife Assassin. You can see their translucent, shimmering capes of invisibility here. Super cool looking. I mean, they look exactly like Nazgul from, or not Nazgul, the, you know, the Phantom Kings or whatever from Lord of the Rings. The Black Riders. Which, I mean, you know, on the Night of the Black Knives, they were riding horses as part of their escape. And I appreciate the tidbit of knowledge, and I appreciate even more the protocol you went through in order to relay that information to me. Muchos gracias. So, this poses some questions, right? Why would the Black Knife Assassins be attacking Blythe when clearly Ranni was the ringleader of the Black Knife Assassin plot? We also have the question as to why the ringleader of the Black Knife Assassins, Alecto, was here in this Everjail and in possession of the ashes of her daughter Tish, who died while defending her mother Electo during the retreat from the Night of the Black Knives. But for some reason, and by virtue of the location of this Everjail, I think Ronnie crawfished on the Newman women of the Black Knives. Perhaps? Because, like, if the Golden Order captured the Black Knives, they wouldn't be in an Everjail in an area that I guess the Golden Order really doesn't necessarily have access to. Despite the location of her two fingers being here. Now, like, Ronnie's two fingers is also fascinating because they seem to be morphologically different and quite a bit larger than the two fingers we find in the Round Table Hold. And indeed, the two fingers we find on all of the Divine Towers, which seem to share the same model as the two fingers. Well, they all have their own model, but they're all like based on the model of the two fingers we see in the Round Table Hold, I think. I just want to get a good shot of this here black knife. It could be daytime, but you know, for the photo book. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a look at Blythe's stuff while we talk about what Blythe was. I mean, Blythe was literally a half-wolf, a beast man, so to speak. The, what are they called? Bound Shadow, or, just Shadowbound Beast, or something like that. The Shadowbound, to an Empyrean, in which case Ronnie was an Empyrean, as she explained to us and has been confirmed by third parties such as Ruggier, I believe. And when you're an Empyrean, which means you are a god candidate, this Ronnie was somebody who apparently had what it took to succeed Marika at being the vessel for the Elden Ring, and as such was assigned by the Greater Will, by her two fingers, a shadow-bound companion in the form of Blythe, the half-wolf. And Marika was no different. When she was an Empyrean, she was assigned a shadow-bound as well, Malekith, the Black Blade, who later became entwined with Destined Death and everything in the founding of the Golden Order and all that stuff. But for now, we're talking about Ronnie. Blythe grew up with Ronnie, or at least, you know, was present while Ronnie grew up, and was like a brother to her, basically. And and Blythe remain, like, and here's the thing with these Shadowbound, is they're, like, hard programmed to be absolutely loyal to their Empyrean. And this is an important fact, because it has a lot to do with what the hell's going on between Malekith and Marika. But suffice it to say, Blythe was indeed loyal to that fault, and followed Ronnie even in her efforts to defy the Greater Will, the entity which basically assigned Blythe to the job of protecting their Empyrean in the form of Ronnie, right? Ideally, so that Ronnie can one day be the vessel for the Elden Ring and take over as being the god of the Order. For whatever reason that transfer would have to happen, it seems like the Greater Will is anticipating it, right? Now, it also seems like she was an Empyrean before the Shattering. That she became aware of her fate and had no interest in it even before the Shattering, and thus sought the means to thwart the fact that she wouldn't be able to die, and thus deny her body being the vessel for the Elden Ring, because Marika's Golden Order has sealed Destined Death. And so she contrived the Night of the Black Knives and carried it out. The Night of the Black Knives utilized Newman women who we see these Black Knife women littering the ground here, apparently killed by Blythe, were the actors of the plot. They did the killing, the infiltrating of Lyandel, the slaying of Godwyn the Golden, and in that precise moment, Ranni slays herself on top of the Divine Tower of Liurnia, which is kind of cool to think about, right? That she's up there. You can imagine like a dark, stormy, wintry sky, and she's looking over in the direction of Lyandel, understanding that the plot is going on. Godwyn is being murdered, and in that moment, understanding when it happens, slays herself, and the Black Knives flee Liurnia. Flee Lyandel under hot pursuit. The Golden Host catches up with them in skirmishes and everything. It's described that one of them, named Tish, dies defending her mother Electo, who was the ringleader that we described earlier, who later ended up in an Everjail somehow. But Ronnie's plot basically goes off without a hitch until General Radahn, through unassociated events, apparently, stops the damn stars from moving in the sky in order to protect his town of the town of Celia here, where he learned gravity sorceries to, be able to ride his very small horse, Leonard, as he continued to increase in size as a demigod, I guess. And in the freezing of those stars, Ronnie's fate became sealed, since her fate was written in the stars. Don't worry, don't think too much about how that works, that's just how it works. And it wasn't until we killed Radahn that we were able to get her plot basically back in action, and we've been aiding her ever since, alongside Blythe, who continued to work alongside her up into that point even, seeking the Fingerslayer blade for her, the tool with which she could, apparently she figured that not only was it enough to slay her body to deny it to the greater will, that she would have to slay the two fingers assigned to her, because apparently there's as many two fingers as there are Empyreans, at least. And that fact might become interesting, understanding the fact that there's a pair of two fingers on top of every divine tower. But anyway, Ronnie slays her two fingers after you give her the blade. And at that point, I guess, finally the Greater Wills pull on Blythe to be their agent, so that Ronnie can become an Empyrean, have started, they drove him into a rage. And at the same time, he came under attack from what seems to be the remainder of the entire cadre of Black Knives. Let's see if we can get a count here. Let's try to be thorough. 1, 2. Let's make sure there isn't any cast aside here, since Blythe's battle tactics were very fierce, as we've seen. He could bound around and explode into frost. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. It's looking maybe like there was only 3. Perhaps I had... Oh no, there's another down the hill here. 4. Now, I don't know how many in total there are, but 4 of them lay dead on the field here at least. I'm gonna venture to say that that's all of them. But so passes Blythe, Half-Wolf, our very own comrade in arms. A sad ending to follow a happy, that's for sure. Let's take a look at his gear, though. Maybe we feel a little better learning about him. Favored weapon of Blythe the Half-Wolf In defiance of the fate he was born to, which we just described, Blythe swore to serve no master but Ronnie. As proof, this sword was imbued with occult magic at the moment the oath was sworn. Wolf's Assault. Infuse the great sword with frost, perform a forward somersault and plunge it into the ground. Then pull it out to release a cold blast. We were on the receiving end of that attack, for sure. Let's go to his armor set. Pelt serves as a cape, protecting from cold. Blythe was the blade of Ronnie, but the cold bothered him anyway. He didn't like the cold, but he still served his lady. Blythe, who served as Ronnie's shadow, was a loyal ally who would defy destiny itself if it would have him turn upon his lady. Which he did until the bitter end. Same description on the leggings. Okay. Ah, poor Blythe. How much strength does his sword require? Excuse me. Wait, where'd it go? 26, yeah, we're nowhere near wielding this sucker. Well, alright. Rip, what's his face? Shaded Castellan Gate or Castellan? Probably Castellan's Hall. Thanks to Heathen of the Outlands for the bit of intel concerning where Patches be at. Wait, is he in here or is he somewhere else? Or perhaps there's some other thing we have to do first. No, am I below it, I guess. Just exit the boss from me sitting in the hall. Oh, okay. House Marias is ruined. Just desserts for falling to that severed harpy. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you, Heathen. I just know last time I went out there, I went down an elevator a little further down the way. And, oh, hey, Patches. What's up, buddy?
You again.
You okay?
A shame you had to see me like this. I had a bit of a slip-up, that's all. I should have stuck to what I know best. No matter. I know I can trust you. Gullible, yes, but a good soul. Make certain that Tanith gets this.
The dancers castanets?
Oh, it's nothing, it's just...
How you doing, Tree Mosher?
To see her all bent out of shape. Come on, Tanith, back on your high horse where you belong.
Aw, Patches.
You're able then? Then I can rest easy, my friend.
Did he just... Patches, no! Or maybe you just fell asleep. Let's go give this to Lady Tanith then, I guess. That's adorable. You know. Patches admires Lady Tanith. Castanets used from dancers from foreign lands received from Patches. The passionate dance comprises no seductiveness, but merely a dignified beauty. Okay, well then, Hey, Lady Tanith. Listen, I know you're busy with your husband and
What
all,
is
but...
it? I have no need of that. I must continue devouring my beloved
Whoa, how'd you turn
lord.
your head around like that? That was gross.
Oh, you. Allow me some
Oh
time.
no, she doesn't want Oh man, is he gone? She didn't want him. Patches? Pal? Still here. He's gone. Seek Cave. Seems familiar. Is he back where we originally found him? Seek Cave seems familiar. Am I reading that right? Murkwater Cave? It's a long shot, but we might as well give it a look-see. Ring-a-ding. Ow. Oh, everybody's here. What's the one? Apologize, or what is it? I hope he is. Dun, 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 dun. He likes that old-time rock and roll. Grovel for mercy? I think that's it, right? Okay. Patches. Patches? Also, let's take a moment to look at the chest here. We got Sirash on it, or at least the lion, you know. And this is like the Erd Tree Age of Plenty. Flourishing roots, flourishing canopy. Everything about this chest says abundance, right? At least that's my interpretation. Thief.
Well, well, well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings? You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
Ow.
Wait! Don't tell me! Is that you? Oh, Christ! Please, wait! I surrender! I surrender! I swear!
Okay. Yeah. Hey, yeah, for sure, pal. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, hell yeah, I can do the Patches crouch?
I'd never cross you. Not even close.
Hold on. Hell yeah, the Patches crouch. Let's do it. Now we're finally on the same terms. Look at that. Look at that stance. It's so good.
It's been ages since I've seen
Not really.
you. I didn't even realize it was you. Took you for a demi-human or some such. You know how it is. Just an innocent mistake. Water under the bridge, eh? Back to business as usual. Hell's bells. This bandit business is hardly what it's cracked up to be. Especially if we keep running into the likes of you. Maybe I'll set up another shop with the lads.
Alright, Patches. You don't mind if I take this, do you? Oh, it's just a glass shard. Fair bait, Patches. Fair bait. You be good, though, pal. I'll see you on the flip side. It's true. It's true. That's what all the cool people do. I can't believe I guessed Murkwater Cave to go back forward there after that little message in the Shaded Temple. But you know what? I think we're gonna call it here. Yeah, what a wonderfully productive lore session this was. We really got into the details of Mount Gelmir and Lord Rykard's deal. And yeah, his whole deal with baiting the Tarnished to become recusants, demonstrate their strength and power, and then to eat them under the premise of gaining more power. And it's also kind of, it's my assumption that Rykard could not replicate that birthing ritual again, since Datakar probably died as part of the first effort. And I don't think he wanted Tanith to go through that process. So there's also that to consider as well. But yeah, great session. I think we should find a raid to raid. What do you think, Tree Mosher? Thank you so much for coming through, everybody. Also note that Rykard is a two-timing jerk. Like, okay, so that's kind of what I just touched on there. Is it like, was he, or was he just used as a blasphemous asshole? Was he just using Datakar as an avenue for his serpentine reproduction, and thus wanting to spare Tanith of what apparently resulted in the destruction of Datakar? But, you know, these are all things left to interpretation. And, like, you know, all these characters, they are characters, you know, and we are meant to, as players, to decide whether or not to like them or not, or to forgive them of their sins, so to speak, or, you know, so on and so forth. I think Rykard's a shithead, probably more so for his unethical experimentation and torture of Albinurix in large, and sacrificing a woman to birthing experiments. Now, whether or not that could be boiled down to simple infidelity, I don't know. It kind of pales in insignificance when contextualized that way.